Heinrich Himmler. The name sends shivers down our spines. A man whose legacy is forever stained by the atrocities he orchestrated. He is forever linked to the unspeakable horrors of the Holocaust, a dark chapter in human history that continues to haunt us. How did this man, born in 1900 to a respectable Bavarian family, become the architect of genocide? What path led him from a seemingly ordinary childhood to becoming one of history's most infamous figures? Himmler's early life held no foreshadowing of the monster he would become. He was raised in a typical middle-class family, with values and traditions that were common in early 20th century Germany. His upbringing was strict but not unusual for the time. Discipline and order were the norms, shaping young Heinrich's worldview. He was a bright student, excelling in his studies. His academic prowess was evident, and he showed promise in various subjects. Young Heinrich was particularly drawn to history and mythology. These subjects fascinated him, and he spent countless hours immersed in books and stories of ancient times. These interests hinted at a romanticism that would later be twisted by Nazi ideology. The myths and legends he adored would be manipulated to serve a sinister purpose. From his youth, Himmler was ambitious, eager to prove himself. He sought recognition and a place where he could make a significant impact. He craved power and recognition. The turbulent political landscape of early 20th century Germany provided fertile ground for his ambitions. World War I ended before Himmler could serve. This missed opportunity left him with a sense of unfulfilled duty and a burning desire to contribute to his nation's strength. This fueled his resentment and desire for a strong Germany. The Treaty of Versailles and its harsh terms only deepened his resolve to see Germany rise again. The chaos of post-war Germany further fueled his ambition. The economic hardship and social unrest created a breeding ground for radical ideas and movements. He joined various right-wing paramilitary groups. These groups offered a sense of purpose and camaraderie, aligning with his growing nationalist sentiments. Himmler was searching for a cause, a leader to follow. He was drawn to the idea of a strong, unified Germany led by a powerful figure. He found both in Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. The charismatic leader and his vision for Germany captivated Himmler, setting him on a path that would lead to unimaginable horrors. In 1923, Heinrich Himmler joined the Nazi Party, a decision that would alter the course of his life and history itself. He was captivated by Adolf Hitler's charisma and hateful rhetoric, which promised a new, powerful Germany built on dangerous ideologies. Hitler saw in Himmler a capable and ruthless organizer, someone who could be molded into a key player in his grand vision. He entrusted Himmler with increasingly important roles within the burgeoning Nazi Party, recognizing his potential to enforce the party's brutal policies. Himmler thrived in this atmosphere of brutality and fanaticism, finding a sense of purpose and belonging in the party's rigid hierarchy. He rose quickly through the ranks of the SS, the Nazi Party's elite guard, demonstrating his organizational prowess and unyielding dedication. His organizational skills and unwavering loyalty did not go unnoticed. Hitler recognized Himmler's value and began to rely on him more heavily. He saw in Himmler a man who would stop at nothing to achieve his goals, a man who shared his vision for a new order. Himmler, in turn, worshipped Hitler, seeing him as the ultimate leader and the savior of Germany. He saw Hitler as the embodiment of his own twisted ideals, a figure who could bring about the radical change he so fervently desired. This toxic relationship would have devastating consequences for the world, leading to unimaginable atrocities and the loss of millions of lives. The bond between Hitler and Himmler was not just one of mutual admiration, but also one of shared cruelty and a relentless pursuit of power. Their combined efforts would leave an indelible mark on history, a dark chapter that serves as a grim reminder of the dangers of fanaticism and unchecked ambition. By 1929, Himmler was appointed Reichsführer SS. He was now in charge of the entire SS organization. Under his leadership, the SS transformed from a small paramilitary group into a powerful force. Himmler demanded absolute loyalty and obedience from his men. He instilled in them a fanatical belief in Nazi ideology. The SS became the embodiment of Nazi terror. It was responsible for carrying out some of the regime's most heinous crimes. Himmler, once an ambitious young man from Bavaria, was now one of the most feared men in Germany. He had achieved the power he craved, but at what cost? With chilling efficiency, Himmler expanded the SS's reach. He created a vast network of concentration camps across Germany and occupied Europe. These camps were not just prisons, they were instruments of terror and extermination. Behind barbed wire fences and guarded towers, a nightmare unfolded. Millions of innocent people were imprisoned in these camps. Jews, political opponents, Roma, homosexuals, anyone deemed an enemy of the Nazi state. Himmler oversaw every detail of the camp system. He designed its structure, its methods of control, its capacity for murder. Next, the SS state within a state. The SS, under Himmler's control, became a state within a state. It operated with chilling autonomy, answerable only to Hitler himself. Himmler's ambition knew no bounds. He saw the SS as the vanguard of a new Aryan race. He established the Lebensborn program, a twisted attempt to breed a master race. He oversaw the systematic looting of Jewish property and cultural artifacts. Himmler's obsession with racial purity knew no bounds. He was the driving force behind the Holocaust, the systematic genocide of European Jews. Architect of the final solution. The Wannsee Conference in 1942 formalized the final solution to the Jewish question. Himmler was a key architect of this plan. He played a central role in coordinating the logistics of genocide. Under his direction, trains transported Jews from ghettos across Europe to extermination camps. There they were murdered in gas chambers on an industrial scale. Millions of innocent lives were extinguished. Himmler, the once ambitious student, was now the mastermind of mass murder. Posen, 1943, a chilling confession. In 1943, Himmler gave a chilling speech to SS officers in Posen. He spoke openly about the extermination of the Jews. He called it a glorious page in our history. His words revealed the depths of his depravity. He saw himself not as a mass murderer, but as a hero. He believed he was carrying out a necessary, even noble task. Obsessed with racial purity. Himmler's obsession with racial purity extended beyond the extermination of Jews. He authorized horrific medical experiments on concentration camp prisoners. These experiments, conducted in the name of science, were nothing short of torture. Prisoners were subjected to freezing temperatures, high altitudes, and infectious diseases. Countless men, women, and children died agonizing deaths. The endgame, capture, and suicide. As the war drew to a close, Himmler's empire of terror crumbled. He attempted to negotiate a separate peace with the Allies. His efforts failed. He was captured by British troops in May 1945. Rather than face justice for his crimes, Himmler chose to end his own life. He bit down on a cyanide capsule and died within minutes. The architect of the Holocaust was dead. Reflections on a legacy of evil. Heinrich Himmler's legacy is one of unimaginable horror. His name is synonymous with the atrocities committed during the Holocaust. He was a man consumed by ambition, fanaticism, and a twisted sense of morality. His rise to power within the Nazi regime was marked by ruthless efficiency and a cold, calculating nature. His actions had a devastating impact on millions of lives. Families were torn apart, communities destroyed, and an entire generation scarred by the horrors they witnessed. The Holocaust stands as a chilling reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the depths of human depravity. It is a stark illustration of what can happen when hatred and bigotry are allowed to flourish. We must never forget the victims of Nazi terror. Their stories, their suffering, and their resilience must be remembered and honored. We must learn from the past to prevent such atrocities from happening again. Education and awareness are crucial in ensuring that the lessons of history are not forgotten. What are your thoughts on the life and legacy of Heinrich Himmler? How do we reconcile the need to remember with the desire to move forward? How can we ensure that such horrors are never repeated? It is a question that demands our constant vigilance and commitment to human rights and dignity.